Alright, so let's start with a simple introduction. Sociology is the study of human social life, groups, and societies. It's actually a fascinating subject, mainly because it's about our own behavior as social beings. The scope of sociology is honestly extremely wide. It ranges from the analysis of passing encounters between individuals on the street all the way to the investigation of global social processes. Think about the simple act of drinking a cup of coffee. It's not just a drink, it's actually a social ritual. Many people meet for coffee as part of their daily social routine. This simple act connects us to a huge, complicated network of social and economic relationships that stretch across the world. Sociology helps us see these hidden connections and understand our place within them. Now, imagine you're watching people in a busy park. You see families having picnics, friends playing sports, and individuals reading books alone. A sociologist looks at this scene and asks bigger questions. Why do people form these specific groups? What are the unwritten rules they are following? How does their behavior reflect the larger society they live in? Sociology, therefore, gives us a special kind of awareness. It helps us step back from our personal experiences and look at our own lives from a wider perspective. This is what we call the sociological imagination. It allows us to see the link between our private problems and larger public issues. This new way of seeing things can be very powerful. It helps us understand that many things we think of as natural are actually shaped by social forces. For example, ideas about family, love, or even health are not the same everywhere or at all times. They change depending on the culture and the historical period. By studying these differences, sociologists can learn a lot about how societies work. They try to understand the social structures that shape our lives. These structures are the patterns, like family, education, and government, that organize our social world and influence our opportunities and choices in life. So, in simple terms, sociology is the scientific study of society. It's about understanding the patterns of human relationships and social interaction. It teaches us to question the things we often take for granted. Why is our society organized in this way? How do our individual actions contribute to the patterns we see around us every day? It's a journey of discovery into our own world, a quest to understand the complex web of connections that make us who we are. It provides us with the tools to analyze our social world with a more critical and informed eye, moving beyond simple common sense. Sociologists are kind of like detectives of the social world. They don't just guess about how society works. They use specific methods to gather evidence and study it carefully. One common method is conducting surveys. This involves asking a large number of people the same set of questions. For example, a sociologist might survey thousands of people to understand their opinions on work-life balance or their voting habits. The answers from these surveys can reveal broad patterns and trends within a population. This helps sociologists make general statements about a whole group, not just a few individuals they happen to know personally. Another important method is observation. Sometimes, the best way to understand a group is to watch them in their natural setting. This is called participant observation. A sociologist might join a sports club, work in a particular factory, or live in a specific neighborhood for a period of time. By becoming part of the group, they can gain deep insights into its culture, norms, and daily life. This method provides rich, detailed information that surveys might miss. It helps to understand the why behind people's actions, capturing the small details and unspoken rules that guide their behavior in real-world situations. Sociologists also use experiments, though they're a bit different from those in a science lab. A social experiment might involve creating a specific situation to see how people react. For instance, researchers could study how people respond to someone needing help on a busy street to understand bystander behavior. They also analyze existing sources of information, like historical documents, government statistics, or media content. By looking at historical records, for example, a sociologist can trace how ideas about marriage and family have changed over the last 200 years, providing a long-term perspective on social change. The goal of all these methods is to be systematic and objective. Sociologists try to set aside their personal beliefs and biases to see the world as it truly is. They look for patterns and connections in the evidence they collect. They develop theories to explain what they find. A theory is a proposed explanation for how a part of the social world works. For example, a theory might explain why crime rates are higher in some areas than others. These theories are then tested with more research. creating a cycle of investigation and discovery that constantly deepens our understanding of human society. One of the central topics in sociology is the study of social groups and institutions. A family is a great example. Sociologists look at the family not just as a group of related people, but as a key social institution. They study different family forms, such as nuclear families or extended families. They ask questions like, how has the role of parents changed over time? How does family background influence a child's future opportunities in education and work? By examining families across different cultures and historical periods, sociologists show us that there is no single correct way to be a family. It's a social arrangement that adapts to wider social changes. Another important area of study is education. School is much more than a place for learning subjects like math and science. It's also where we learn how to be members of society. This is called the hidden curriculum. We learn to follow rules, to be on time, to work with others, and to respect authority. Sociologists study how the school system can create both opportunities and inequalities. For example, they might investigate how students from different social class backgrounds experience school differently. They examine how access to resources like good teachers and technology can affect a student's success, highlighting the school's role in social stratification. The world of work is also a major focus for sociologists. They investigate everything from how people choose their careers to how technology is changing jobs. A sociologist might study the culture of a specific workplace to understand how colleagues interact and build relationships. They also look at bigger trends, like the rise of the gig economy or the reasons for wage gaps between different groups of people. Work is a huge part of most adults' lives, and sociology helps us understand how it shapes our identity, our daily routines, and our overall position in society's structure. It connects our personal job satisfaction to large-scale economic forces. Finally, sociologists are deeply interested in culture, norms, and values. Culture is the shared way of life of a group of people, their language, beliefs, clothing, and food. Norms are the unwritten rules of behavior, the do's and don'ts of social life. For example, forming a queue is a social norm in many countries. Sociologists study how we learn these norms and what happens when people break them. They explore how culture can bring people together, creating a sense of shared identity, but also how it can create divisions and conflicts between different groups, helping us understand cultural diversity and its challenges. Learning about sociology is important for everyone, not just for sociologists. It gives us a better understanding of ourselves and our own lives. By using the sociological imagination, we can see how our personal choices are often guided by larger social forces. For example, the decision to go to university might feel like a personal one, but it's heavily influenced by societal values placed on education, economic conditions, and family expectations. This awareness can actually be empowering. It helps us understand the constraints and opportunities we face, allowing us to navigate our lives with more insight and make more informed decisions about our future. Sociology also helps us understand other people and develop a sense of empathy. It encourages us to look beyond our own experiences and see the world from different perspectives. When we learn about the challenges faced by people from different social backgrounds, cultures, or communities, it can challenge our stereotypes and prejudices. This understanding is crucial for living in a diverse and globalized world. It fosters tolerance and appreciation for different ways of life. By seeing the social context behind individual behavior, we are less likely to judge others harshly and more likely to understand the systemic reasons for their circumstances. Furthermore, understanding sociology is essential for being an active and responsible citizen. Many of the biggest challenges our world faces today, such as inequality, poverty, crime, and climate change, are social problems. Sociology provides the tools to analyze these issues critically. It helps us understand their root causes and evaluate the potential solutions proposed by policymakers. An informed citizen who understands sociological concepts can better participate in public debates, ask critical questions of leaders, and contribute to policies that aim to create a more just and equitable society for everyone. In summary, sociology is a vital field of study that enriches our lives in many ways. It provides a deeper understanding of the social world, from our closest relationships to global processes. It equips us with the skills to think critically about society and our place in it. It fosters empathy, challenges our assumptions, and empowers us to be more engaged citizens. Whether we're trying to understand a news headline, a conflict in our community, or our own life story, the perspective of sociology offers valuable insights. It's a tool for seeing the familiar world in a new light, revealing the intricate patterns that shape our lives.